In this video, we'll be taking a look at 2 NBA games happening on February 13, 2025, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games, so 4 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 2 NBA games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Sacramento Kings versus New Orleans Pelicans. Tonight marks the final evening of NBA action before the league takes a pause for the highly anticipated All-Star break. This game serves as a rematch from Wednesday night's clash, where the Sacramento Kings secured a victory over the New Orleans Pelicans, largely due to their impressive performance from beyond the arc. Currently, the Kings hold the 8th spot in the Western Conference standings, while the Pelicans find themselves at the bottom of the conference, struggling to gain traction. The Sacramento Kings have experienced a mixed bag of results in their last 8 games, splitting them evenly. However, they are now aiming to extend their winning streak to 4 games after defeating the Pelicans 119-111 in their most recent matchup. During that game, the Kings shot 47% from the field and made 16 of their 45 attempts from the three-point line. Despite facing adversity when they let slip an early 16-point lead, they managed to regain control in the fourth quarter and secured a hard-fought victory on the road. Following their wins against the Pelicans and the Mavericks, the Kings are set to face the Warriors, Hornets, and Jazz in their upcoming games. On the other hand, the New Orleans Pelicans are in the midst of a significant slump, having lost their last 10 games. They are desperate to snap this losing streak after falling short against the Kings last night. In that game, the Pelicans shot 46% from the field but struggled from deep, making only 8 of their 32 attempts from the three-point line. Despite a valiant effort to overcome an early 16-point deficit, their lack of bench production proved costly, as no reserve player scored more than 8 points. This shortcoming became particularly evident in the second half, when the Kings pulled away to secure the win. After losses to the Kings and the Thunder, the Pelicans are scheduled to face the Mavericks, Spurs, and Suns in their next few games. The Kings enter this rematch with a fully healthy roster, while the Pelicans continue to deal with the absence of key players Herbert Jones and DeJounte Murray. New Orleans' struggles are compounded by their recent poor form, as they have gone 2-7-1 against the spread in their last 10 games. Additionally, playing on the second night of a back-to-back set further complicates matters for the Pelicans. Meanwhile, the Kings are riding a wave of momentum, having won 3 consecutive games, including their 8-point victory over the Pelicans last night. While it's never easy to defeat the same team twice in as many days, the Pelicans' current state, plagued by injuries and poor performance, suggests that they are unlikely to turn things around quickly. Wednesday's game between these 2 teams was tightly contested, but the Kings maintained control for the majority of the matchup, ultimately securing the win thanks to their superior three-point shooting. Although the Pelicans dominated in the paint, it was Sacramento's ability to knock down outside shots that proved to be the deciding factor. A similar style of play could unfold in Thursday's rematch, as both teams may lack defensive intensity with the All-Star break looming. The Pelicans' injury woes have left them shorthanded, while the Kings are at full strength, giving Sacramento a clear advantage in terms of depth. New Orleans is likely to struggle in transition defense and contesting long-range shots, which could play into the Kings' hands. The Kings are still in the process of integrating newly acquired Zach LaVine into their offensive system, but they have managed to string together 3 consecutive wins, 2 of which came against the struggling Pelicans. So the Sacramento Kings to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full-game side pick. When it comes to scoring trends, the over has hit in 12 out of 19 combined games this season when Sacramento and New Orleans play on no rest. Additionally, the over has been a common outcome in the Pelicans' games against Western Conference opponents and in the Kings' games against the West. Given these trends, it's reasonable to expect another high-scoring affair in Thursday's rematch. Both teams combined for 241 points in their previous meeting, and a similar outcome seems likely, especially with Zion Williamson and Domantas Sabonis battling in the paint. This interior clash could lead to frequent trips to the free throw line, as was the case last week when the teams combined for 58 free throw attempts. New Orleans ranks 10th in the NBA in pace, while Sacramento is close behind at 13th, with both teams averaging approximately 100 possessions per 48 minutes. The Kings also rank 7th in the league for the shortest average offensive possession length. The over has been a profitable bet in 32 of the Kings' 54 games this season, including 16 of their 27 road games. Similarly, the over has hit in 30 of the Pelicans' 54 games, with a 17-10 record in their home games. The over easily cleared the total in Wednesday night's matchup, and all signs point to it doing so again in this game. With both teams eager to reach the All-Star break, defensive intensity is likely to be lacking. New Orleans is the 8th fastest team in the league, while Sacramento ranks 9th in pace, further supporting the likelihood of a high-scoring game. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. Golden State Warriors versus Houston Rockets. The Golden State Warriors, currently holding a record of 27-26, are set to face the Houston Rockets, who stand at 33-20 in a Western Conference showdown on Thursday night. This game comes quickly on the heels of their previous engagements, as both teams will be concluding back-to-back games. The Warriors are scheduled to play against the Dallas Mavericks on Wednesday, while the Rockets will be hosting the Phoenix Suns on the same night. The Warriors have been performing reasonably well, securing victories in 5 of their last 9 games. However, they are eager to recover from a recent setback where their 2-game winning streak was snapped by the Mavericks in a closely contested 111-107 defeat on the road. During that game, the team struggled with their shooting, managing only a 42% success rate from the field and a disappointing 10 out of 35 from the three-point line. Despite a valiant effort to overcome a 15-point deficit, their comeback fell short due to an offensive foul by Butler in the final moments, which nullified a potential game-tying basket. The Warriors' upcoming schedule includes games against the Bucks, Mavericks, Kings, and Hornets. On the other hand, the Houston Rockets seem to have recovered from a challenging 6-game losing streak and are now aiming for their 3rd consecutive win following a hard-fought 119-111 victory over the Suns at home. The Rockets shot 47% from the field and made 13 of 42 three-point attempts. They initially struggled to contain the Suns and trailed for much of the game. However, a strong defensive performance in the 4th quarter, limiting the Suns to just 19 points, allowed them to overturn an 11-point deficit and secure the win. The Rockets' next games are against the Timberwolves, Jazz, and Bucks. The Warriors are currently dealing with the absence of Jonathan Kuminga, while the Rockets are missing key players Fred VanVleet, Tari Eason, and Steven Adams. The 2024-2025 NBA season is well underway, and Thursday's games mark the final day before the All-Star break, featuring several intriguing matchups, including the Warriors versus Rockets game. This is a rematch of one of the standout games from the NBA Cup earlier in the season. The Rockets are riding high after a remarkable comeback win against the Suns, whereas the Warriors are looking to rebound from a loss to the Mavericks, where they struggled to contain Kyrie Irving and the Mavericks' offense. The Warriors face a tough challenge as they play their 4th consecutive road game against a Rockets team that has been a difficult opponent for them this season. The betting line for this game has shifted in favor of the Rockets, and the reasons are clear. The Rockets excel in defending the three-point line, a critical advantage against a Warriors team known for their high volume of three-point attempts. Despite their frequent three-point shooting, the Warriors are not performing as efficiently as in previous seasons, ranking 22nd in effective field goal percentage and 26th in field goal percentage. This decline in efficiency is problematic against a Rockets team that ranks 4th in defensive rating and 1st in rebound percentage this season. Although the Rockets' offense has seen a slight dip recently, they remain a top 10 unit, particularly strong in attacking the rim with players like Amen Thompson and Jalen Green. The Warriors, despite a relatively clean injury report in their last game, suffered a loss due to poor perimeter defense and subpar shooting. The situation could worsen for the Warriors if any of their veteran players are listed on the injury report before the game. The Rockets, being a younger and more energetic team, are well positioned to take advantage of the Warriors' potential fatigue and lineup uncertainties. The Warriors are coming off a disappointing loss to the Mavericks, who were missing several key frontcourt players. There is speculation that the Warriors might rest some of their veteran players, which has influenced the betting line significantly. If players like Curry and Butler are rested, it could lead to a challenging game for the Warriors. The Rockets, being the fresher and more youthful team, are likely to perform well in this back-to-back scenario, potentially leading to a comfortable victory as they head into the All-Star break. so the Houston Rockets to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Both teams will be dealing with fatigue as they face another Western Conference opponent on Wednesday night. The Rockets are grappling with several injuries, as mentioned earlier, while the Warriors have 3 starters aged 35 or older, any of whom might be rested to prevent injuries. The Rockets have seen the game total go under in 3 of their last 4 games, including a recent game where they held the Raptors to just 87 points. The Rockets will likely continue to rely heavily on their bench, giving significant minutes to players like Jock Landale and Jeff Green. The Warriors, on the other hand, have the added challenge of traveling between games, leaving them with minimal rest before facing the Rockets. Both the Rockets and Warriors are playing on Wednesday night, making this game the second leg of a back-to-back for both teams. The Rockets will be at home against the Suns on Wednesday, which might ease their travel burden slightly, but they are still dealing with multiple injuries. Alperen Sengun is questionable due to back spasms, and Steven Adams might also be rested for the second game. Both teams are average in terms of pace of play. The Rockets typically dominate the boards, but this could change if Sengun and Adams are unavailable, potentially leading to more interior scoring and fewer 3-point attempts from the Warriors. Given the uncertainties surrounding the lineups, it's difficult to confidently predict a high-scoring game. This matchup is likely to be a slower-paced game with a total score staying below the projected number. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.